enough of that. I was kind of interested in that sound for a little bit. It's basically a feedback loop, and it seemed like maybe it might be like a feedback, a negative feedback loop, or something that sort of logarithmically goes down to zero. But then I heard other parts of it getting louder, and I thought, no, this is just going to sound ugly if I keep listening to it. But anyways, that's just me messing around. So, hey, I'm Eric. I'm making a game. It's called the Godkiller. I'm going to show it to you. I'm not going to tell you about it. I'm just going to show it to you. We start out each stream with a demo of recently completed work. I hit the play button. I wait for Unity to make it real. It's so warm in this office. I need to turn that fan back on. Might be a little bit of hissing. All right, here we go. All right, so the first level of the game, which I've been demoing little bits of for quite some time. I did fix a little Z fighting issue up here, and it's underscoring how correct I am about something, which is that the lack of snapping when you place objects ends up killing my time, just wasting it. I've fixed most of the snapping issues where, like I had to hold down the command key before and things like that, but there's still a snapping issue at placement, and it created a problem that I wasted 10 to 15 minutes on, and it will happen again. So at some point I will investigate a way to make it so that when you place an object, it snaps the object at that point in time. It might have to be a code solution. Okay, I do have a bug here with the Apple gate. I'll come around to that as well. But anyways, I added like a little ledge out here so you could walk out a little bit and you can see that the word Apple is on the gate. Before, the stairway just kind of went right up to it and you couldn't see it. And it's meaningful that there's this word on the gate, because that means that if there are blocks someplace else that spell the word Apple, that the gate will be closed. And if that combination of blocks is disrupted in some way, and there's no other combinations of blocks that spell the word Apple, then the gate will open. Okay, nothing new here. Fixed a few issues with the rail. I did notice some little sparkling bits there, which I know are basically errors generated by the shader. I don't know what to do with those, to be honest, other than just like write like a new shader. Boy, they're really doing a lot of flashing. What is the deal with that? Ow, look at that. There's a big one. It just stuck there. You see that? That little white blotchy thing? know what to think about that. Okay. So now when you come out to this little edge here, I've got rails around it. And there's also a tantalizing glimpse of a bonus package way down here. And the way that you get to it is not going to be obvious. So every level's got a bonus box in it. Every single level. So if you go through a level and you complete it without seeing a bonus box, you automatically know that somewhere in this level is the bonus box. And I'm going to use it as a device to serve two groups of people. There's the people that like hard puzzles and the other people that don't. And there's actually a wide gulf between them in the difficulty that they want. So I know a lot about people that solve puzzles, like way more than most people do. Way more than most game developers do. So I wrote a series of games, the Drod games, Deadly Rooms of Death, DROD, and participated in all these discussions with people making puzzles and what makes a good puzzle, and there's a whole methodology to creating like super hard puzzles. And then there's even a different methodology for creating good, easy to moderate difficulty puzzles. But basically the big lesson is you can't make all the people happy all the time. So I'm going to make the default level of difficulty that you have to complete just to get through the level about Portal 2 hard. Portal 2 was a very good example to me of moderate difficulty. That, hey, Lambie Meat Pie, Lambkin, I was talking Drod stuff too. I'm glad you popped in right at that moment when I was talking Drod stuff. Talking about puzzles and making them hard, making them the right difficulty. So Drod was too hard for the majority of the population, but just right for those Caravel people, that little community that's over there. And I want to cater to both types of people, the hardcore puzzlers and the people that are just kind of, they like puzzles, but they don't want their brain to break while they're doing them. I'm more in the latter category myself. I don't like to push that hard to solve a puzzle. But I actually enjoy making a hard puzzle more than I do solving one. So in this game, every single level is going to have a bonus box in it. And the bonus box is for the people that like brain-breaking puzzles. But if you don't want to go after the bonus, you can have a much easier experience. Okay, the other thing I did yesterday that I'm demoing is I filled out these pillars. Basically made them look like they were connected underneath instead of floating in the air. Okay, now I'll go to secret area, which is a little bit hard to get to. And this is a spoiler, but it's a kind of a small one. Let's see. First off, how would you know that this secret exists? You would have gotten some clues that there was stuff to find. By coming over here, you had a clue. It's like, oh, there's a secret. Later on, you'll know that every level's got a bonus box, and you want to find that bonus box. So then you might, in your explorations, trying to find secret areas, notice that there's a little gap here. Why would there be a gap there? What purpose would it serve? The rest of the room is fairly well enclosed. There's further hints of secretness if you go off over here. So you can kind of see far below, there's some stuff down there. When you get down to the arena, you might see it even more clearly. So those are the hints that you get. And this one is fairly difficult, I think, to figure out. Okay, so you notice that gap. You can come over here too, and you'll see that gap again. You can work out the placement of the gap. Strata bands are always at the same elevation all the way around. So you can look at that strata band and come up to the stairs. And notice the same strata band is over here. So you just have to get above that band. And you fling from here. Okay. And then you landed someplace that you were not able to reach previously. Thanks, Lampkin. It's 3D Drud. Okay, so then you can play around a little bit and end up flinging over here. And again, you're in a room that you've been before, but you're in a place that you weren't able to reach before. So you kind of have a hint that you're on the right path. And here it gets a little tricky because, oh, see, there the secret door opened up. So if you just kind of fling around a little bit, that door will open up. I think that's how most people will find it. Also, if you come down to this corner and you just walk over here, that wall here, which was closed, will come down. And now you're just in the proper secret area. There's this guy down here who works the blocks. The blocks are like keys that open and close doors. So this guy, I call him the daemon, and he waits for certain things to happen in the level related to you, and he opens and closes doors. In the Drod world, this guy is very similar to the Neither on the last level of KDD. He's just kind of waiting for things to happen, and then he hits an orb. In this case, this guy doesn't live in a place where there's orbs. There's blocks. Blocks function like orbs in many ways. Alright. Walk over here. Come down to this area. Camera's not doing a bad job of moving to different heights to show the angle that is best. I still need to add rails. But here we are. We're at the place that was visible far up above, and you can get the bonus box there. So if you wanted to do this all with flinging, to do it really fast, you go boop, 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 boop. And that's it. That's a secret. So today, I want to model the arena. And the arena is the unfinished area that's off to the east. So here's the arena down here. You're supposed to fight this guy, Billy. He's a terrible fighter. He doesn't want to fight. But that's what you're supposed to do. And then once that's done, that secret Damon guy down there will open a doorway over here that allows you to exit the level. Alright, so that's the demo. Really awesome that Lambkin showed up. I always like it when Drod people show up. So, get to modeling. I'm gonna make this arena better than the first one I made. The first one was a little bit boring. I don't want to make it hard to kill Billy. What my goal is to make it so it slows the player down a little bit, but it's not difficult for them to figure out how to get past this. This is the very first level of the game. So I was debating just now, do I want to include like a little tunnel that comes through here, but I think no, I don't want to do that because the player is new and it just adds a little bit of chaos to add like the extra camera movements if they go under that arch. I think I want to keep it a little bit simpler. Okay, so let me add walls around this thing. If this was a drop level, I would be done by now. 3D stuff always adds a little bit more time to everything. It's kind of fun doing the 3D modeling. Yeah, it's definitely it's a relaxing kind of activity. It does not have the same intensity as writing code. So writing code can be relaxing too, but it always feels a little bit more like there's a series of problems and you are fixing each one. Whereas modeling, it's more purely a creation exercise with less obstacles and things that might be frustrating or require you to think harder than you normally would want to. I'm pretty good at coding. I'll say I paid my dues there, and I'm pretty freaking good at coding. But it can be frustrating. It can be tiresome. I'll also say I've done like professional graphic design work before, and I did once get to a point where I had kind of like the ideal project, but it still wore me out. So it was like making illustrations for a computer game. I got to say what the illustrations were going to be. They were all like fantasy artwork stuff, and the schedule wasn't particularly tough. Nobody was paying any attention to me. There was very little stress, but I got so tired of spending long work days doing nothing but making illustrations, and it made me think like, okay, writing code for a living actually is better suited to me than drawing cool pictures for a living. Even the ones that I like, they're of my own choice. Like, you get kind of like mentally tired out of having all these little strokes which are like transactions, and each one moves your drawing further along to completion. But if that's all your brain gets to do, and you're me, it's not enough, and it gets fatiguing. So the best possible life is probably, for someone like me, varied types of work. Okay, so I think I put a rail around this. I think that'll look good. Come on. What's going on with this thing? Okay. Yeah. Some weirdness there. Alright. What does my arena look like now? Alright, it's missing something over here. What game I was creating characters for? You mean what game this is? Which, I'm not sure which game you mean. Or which characters you mean. Oh, you're talking about the one where I was complaining about, like, getting tired of artwork? Oh yeah. Yeah, I'll just show you real quick. Crystal. I mean, I hope there's some record of this. Okay. Images. Yeah, so here's. It's called Crystallize 2. I did Crystallize 1 too. Okay, actually, Crystallize 1 was the one I did artwork for. This other one, Crystallize 2, a pretty talented artist came in and did the background artwork for it. So I'll show that. So he did good, cheap, fast art. Let's see. I did some of the artwork here though. I did the jewels, which was like a 3D rendering project. I think I forgot other parts if I did them. Anyways, let me see Crystallize 1, because that was the one. You can find it by misspelling Crystallize 2, which is always a nice thing. Let me see. Oh, I may not be able to find it just because it's like such a. It's an obscure game and it's sharing search term space. I say Crystallize game. No. Show what I asked for. Here it is. Here it is. Found it. Okay. So this little drawing down here is mine. I said, let's make a forest. All the jewel artwork is mine. There's this woman who's part of Drawd history. Her name is Dana Dominic. I'm not sure if I pronounced her last name right. So it was her company, Webfoot Technologies or Webfoot Games, I think they've gone by both, that first published the first version of Drawd. She also published this game and hired me directly to make it, along with a bunch of other small games. And these small games went onto like a big collection that went on a CD. And I got to design the game, I got to code the game, I got to make the artwork in it. This is not a high quality game. The truth is. So I made this artwork here, which looks pretty similar in some ways to some artwork I did for a Drawd story. But anyways, is that the better of the two games that I made is Crystallize 2. That one is actually kind of fun. And I'm a little bit proud of it because at the time, the mechanics that I had in this match 3 game where you swap things around were somewhat unique. You would do things like try to move a piece that would show up on the board. You'd try to get it to move all the way down to one of these exits, and there was like a prince and a princess piece, and you would get them to be next to each other and stuff like that. So at the time, it was a pretty good match 3 game. And yeah, I'm a little bit proud of it, a little bit. It was not a fantastic game, but it had its moments. Thanks. All right, so let's get this guy moving along. I'm just making a little room for my exit to be inside of. I'm already kind of bothered by one of the choices I made, which is that it's not symmetrical. I want this exit thing to be like right centered in the middle of the room. So I think what I could do is just pull this over a little bit. Yeah, it's not a bad choice. I'll stick with that. Okay, just pull this in. There we go. And then, let's see, pull the top part over. I noticed that particular game object is taking longer for me to update. So if I get a certain number of polygons in it, it starts to slow down, which is incentive for me not to try to make everything work with one giant game object. This is going to be the level exit. Now I just got to make a door on it. I think this is facing north. Let me try it. Well, make your wife happy. That's more important than making me happy. I'm sure of that. So, thanks for stopping in. Oh, no. Oh, no. That won't work at all. Because it's not symmetrical in the other direction. All right. Stop it. What? Why? I don't get it. Let's see if I got that right. Oh yeah, that's not bad. I think I fixed it. Okay, cool. Phew. Okay, let me think. So I want to spell the word win right in the middle of it. Can it be centered? If there's an odd number, then I'm good. Wait a minute. Are you Z fighting? I think I spotted Z fighting. Let me check that. Man, Pro Builder just selects everything except the obvious choice. I don't know why. That is terrible. It's so terrible. Just everything except the object that's centered right where I'm clicking. What? No, not that one. Dang it. This is ridiculous. No. I mean, what do I have to do? There we go. Alright, for all that, no, it's not Z fighting. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. I won't be able to count that small. That's too small. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, 11, 12. Okay, it's not going to be symmetrical. So let me get rid of one row. Alright, I've given up selecting those things inside of the scene. Let's just see if I can figure it out this way. Get rid of that one. Get rid of that one. Stop! God damn it. There we go. W-I-N. Down. W-I-N. Yeah. Okay, this one should be I. W. And that is centered. So now I need to do some things that make this less boring to look at. I need to add some way to kill Billy. I'm just thinking about this. So I'll end up dropping down here. I might fling all the way up to the wall and drop down over here. And I'll come up to Billy. I'll walk up to him. And he could get flung in any of the directions. North, south, west, east. And he'll start running away. I think I'll put in just one pillar. I'll put it here. And I won't put any more pillars because this is the first level and I want the player to think, what is special about this pillar being here? Because they'll end up chasing Billy around a fair amount, I think. And they'll say, well, what do I need to do? What do I need to do? Okay, I'll move Billy a little further away. And since I want to play test, and I don't want to have to keep on going all the way over to that area, I'm just going to move the player over there, her starting location. I'll put her very close. All right, let's try it. See what it looks like. Doesn't look bad at first glance. I do like that little gap in the floor and how it's pointing you to something underneath of it that you might want to get to. I think that's pretty good. Looks nice. This is where you'd have to get Billy to kill him. There's the wind door. It's properly closed. Alright, doesn't look bad. Now let me try pushing Billy and see what that is like. Oop, what was that? So even though I like this alcove here, I don't like the camera angle popping down like that. It's a little distracting. Maybe it's not worth fiddling with. I really do like the regularity of that corner. Alright, so chase after Billy. It's annoying the crap out of me. Suppose I was a player and I was focused on getting him to this corner. That would be wrong. But if I was, I thought I was going to kill him over here, then I'd be doing stuff like this. And the camera would be going up and down, and that would be annoying. So I do have to fix that. And I will. So you've got no hope of killing him unless you can get him trapped in a corner. Not just a corner, but a 1x1 dead end. How hard is that to do? It's not hard if you know that you need to do it, but I'm not sure if this is the right place to ask the player to figure this out. I really want it to be easy. So I could make more than one dead end. So this thing over here I can fix by just sticking a bunch of colors in it. And it will still have a little variety to it. I think even, let's put on top of it So I think let's just put more than one dead end, and then the players they will fumble onto it. It won't take them that long. All they have to do is experiment just a little bit, and they'll end up trapping them. So we'll go boom. The other thing is that this is the player's first interaction with a reactant, a creature that will move in response to you and not before. So that's already going to be weird to people who've never played this type of game before. So I do not want a difficult challenge for them here, not at all. So they can trap them there. Let's do one other one. Maybe one other one is enough. Let me see. Pillar 1x4. So we trap him there, trap him here. Maybe we'll just throw in one more over here. Alright, it feels like I'm gonna get that guy. Whether I want to or not. I could be wrong. It should be pretty easy though. It should be just like falling down and discovering the ground. It should be that easy. Got to make it pretty. Yeah, just pull this out just a little bit. Okay, let's try that. Suppose I chase him this way. Well, he just goes right for it. And then I can kill him that fast. So this is maybe not the best placement for that one, because he's just done that fast. Alright, so let me go out this way. That's pretty friggin' easy. I pushed him north. See, this is good. So he defaults, if you push him straight north, he'll go west. Which means I could kind of fiddle around with him here. Just think it's too easy to have that particular thing there, because then I get worried about the player not fiddling around enough to enjoy the story part that I'm going to add in and to understand the implications of killing Billy. Billy's going, no, don't push me. And God's going, push Billy, push him. You must push him. Push him against a wall. He's just kind of badgering you. And then you kill Billy. And what? He died when I pushed him? You know, so there's a whole bit of discovery there for the character in the game. But I think I'm pretty close, because what I could do is just pull this out. What are you doing? Why do you think that's appropriate? Snap works so crappy. I don't get it. Oh, I know why. I know. This is me. It's not anybody's fault but my own, because I've got the wrong game object selected. It's got to be the root. Okay, so if I do that, then it makes like a fun little thing to run around. Okay, so I think that'll do it. Be nice if the good lighting would kick in. Might have to wait a tiny bit for that. Actually, I'll demo that tomorrow with the good lighting. Let's show it now with the crappy lighting, because this is coming to the end of the stream right about now. Because I had signed on with the intent to build this arena. The arena is now built. Been play testing a little bit. Seems to work in a good way. I'm going to try it out one more time. If I'm satisfied, that'll be the end of the stream. Okay, so the most common thing would be to knock Billy east here. He'll run north. And you're like, What? I'm supposed to push him again? You go over here. That's kind of fun. You get to go around this pillar thing. Okay. I'm chasing you, I'm chasing you, I'm chasing you. And then you're kind of like, whoa, we gotta do something else because we're just going in circles. So let's try something else. Boom, boom, boom. And then you got him. And that doesn't require much insight. That's pretty easy for somebody to just fumble onto. Meanwhile, they're getting the rules of step-based movement. It's like, I'm chasing him, but he only runs away from me when I step towards him. And there's another place you can get them. Okay. That is a session. That's kind of a nice light pattern off over here. Alright, that's a session. This has been the Godkiller with Eric. You have witnessed the creation of the arena, and now it's time for Eric to go. Stopping the stream now.